Hello everyone, thanks for watching Edupedia World videos. I am Nidhi Saxena and I am teaching the subject Principles and Practices of Management. This particular video would be covering the behavioral science perspective of the evolution of management. I would suggest you to go through the part 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the videos of module 2 because they've already covered the previous theories which came before behavioral science perspective. So if you watch those videos before the behavioral science perspective, that is the part 5 of module 2, it will be convenient for you to understand the evolution of management. Let's just discuss a little part of what we've already discussed in the previous videos, which is scientific management theory and administrative management theory, which we've already covered. In this video, we'll be covering the behavioral management theory. Hawthorne principle is something that we've covered in the previous video, that is the part 4. In part 5, we'll be covering certain theories which were given by behavioral scientists like Abraham Maslow, Meg Rigor, and Chester Bernard. These were scientists who further, apart from Elton Mayo, emphasized that the behavioral part is very, very important to be understood of an organization, as in how people behave in organization. And so, Abraham Maslow gave a theory which is called as hierarchy of needs, which talks about the 5 different needs that different people have. People can have physiological needs, safety, belongingness, esteem, and self-actualization. For example, when initially students do MBA and then they join organizations, the initial or the basic need that they are looking for is physiological. That is, they want to earn money to satisfy their physiological needs, which is related to food, shelter, a home maybe, clothing. Those are the physiological needs for which people initially start or pick up a job. Once the physiological needs have been met, the next need comes safety needs. That means every individual wants to make sure that his future is secured. So these physiological and safety needs are called as the basic needs for which initially people come and work. Once physiological and safety needs have been met, the next is belongingness, or you can also say the social needs. Every individual wants to get associated with other people. They want to get associated with communities. They want to get associated with different families. They want to have friends around themselves. Even in organizations, people want others to know them. They want people to be pally with them in the organization, which is called as the social need. Once the social need is met, the next level of need is self-esteem. Self-esteem is something which is positive quality of personality, wherein every individual should have some kind of self-esteem. They should definitely want other people to respect them. Once self-esteem is met, the next need is self-actualization, wherein it refers to utilizing our own capabilities to the fullest in order to meet our individual goals. Now, why this Maslow's hierarchy need theory is important? Because Abraham Maslow said that in an organization, it is very, very important for manager to understand what is the need of an employee. For example, if an employee is working in the organization to meet his physiological and safety need, then that means that person would be motivated only if he is given some good perks, some nice incentives is linked to his basic salary, so that employee would be motivated that yes, I'm getting more money and I can meet my physiological needs as well as I can make my future secured. Now, for example, a person is working in an organization to meet his need of self-esteem, and if you keep on giving him incentives but you do not recognize his effort, you do not make other people recognize his efforts, then that person will not be very, very motivated to work in the organization. Why? Because his self-esteem need is not met. What he requires is a kind of a praise in front of other people, so that other people know what his worth is and other people respect him for what he is. So Abraham Maslow said that when people come and work in your organization, it becomes important for the manager to understand what is the need of that particular employee, and then the manager should link reward of that particular employee to his need. That would motivate the employee to work in the organization in a better manner. Apart from Abraham Maslow, there was another theory which was given by Douglas MacGregor, and the theory that he gave is named as theory X and theory Y, wherein he suggested that once the manager is able to understand theory X and Y, he would be able to predict and control behavior of the employee. He said the employees are of two types. One is according to the theory X assumption. The other assumption is theory Y. Let's go through theory X first. Theory X says that people dislike work, they would avoid doing work, they should be controlled, they should be directed, or they should be threatened with punishment, because these are the people who do not like working. So in case if you predict the behavior of an individual that he doesn't like working, then you will have to control that particular employee. Whereas when we talk about theory Y, it says that people, they like work, they have self control, they seek responsibility, they have imagination, creativity widely distributed, and these people are self motivated, intrinsically motivated. So if a person is belongs to the theory Y, then that means that person is motivated enough to take up new responsibilities, new challenges. So McGregor said that identify or predict the behavior of individuals who are working in your organization, and accordingly you have to behave with those people. For example, if a person belongs to the theory Y category and you keep on nagging that person will not feel happy. Why? Because he's already responsible, he's already intrinsically motivated to work. So you need to handle these people with care. You can give them challenging roles so that they feel motivated enough to work. Whereas if a person belongs to the theory X category, then of course you need to push him hard to work. You'll have to punish that person, or you have to positively or negatively reinforce responsibilities on this person so that he works. So to conclude the theory X and Y, I'll again repeat myself that scientist Douglas McGregor said that please predict the behavior of your employees. Look into it, that what category of employees you have, and accordingly you need to behave with your employees. After McGregor and Maslow, there was another scientist who came, and his name is Chester Bernard. Chester Bernard gave a theory in which he said that the classical theory as well as the human relation perspective both are important. How are they important? Why? Because there are certain things which classical theory said, like strict line of communication, which is very, very important. In an organization, it is important to understand the hierarchy of the organization. At the same time, he said that the human based system of organization is also very important, because the organization should understand that what is the nature and behavior of employees and how can the employees be kept motivated. Further, he added 6 issues relevant to organization communication, which he said that the organization needs to understand that whether they want to have a formal system of communication or an informal system of communication. According to Chester Bernard, both are important. Formal system of communication is important because it is formally that you tell the responsibilities of the employees. But at the same time, when you talk about grapevine or informal communication, that also becomes a little important in the organization, because through grapevine or informal communication, there are a lot of communication or a lot of information that is shared and is important too. He also said that cooperation, communication, incentives, authority, these are important, and zone of indifference is that particular part wherein the employees, they do not completely agree with what the organization is saying. So that zone of indifference should be less, and should be more that the people are related to the organization, they understand the vision and mission of the organization. Employees should be given some part of the authority so that they can take their own decisions, so that they also feel motivated. So this is all about the behavioral science approach which came after the classical theory. Let's just conclude the behavioral science approach. The lessons from the behavioral approach is people are the key to productivity. Success depends on motivated and skilled individuals committed to the organization. It is only the motivated people who work in your organization in a good manner. Managerial sensitivity to employees is necessary to foster the cooperation needed for high productivity. Managers should have some kind of sensitive nature, or they should empathize with the people who are working in their organization. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would suggest you to watch the next part of module 2 as well, which would be covering the modern theory. Thank you so much.